Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of First Impressions. This time I'm taking a look at the third studio album by Bon Iver titled 22 A Million from 2016 on Jaguar Records. I have to be honest, I went into this record thinking I wasn't going to like it. I've heard a couple of the songs on the radio and I am not a big fan of auto-tune for the most part. And that's what I predominantly took away from these singles that I heard on the radio. I've always enjoyed Bon Iver, but it's never been a band I've owned his albums. I've had some of his singles. One of my favorite songs is Blood Bank. I thought the sound he had, it really took the world by storm. This is a very sharp departure from all of that. Singer-songwriter Justin Vernon really took this album to a totally different place, at least sonically. It is very abrasive, I will say. It opens with this almost cartoony voice of his, and it really throws you for a loop. I can understand why fans of his previous work don't like this album, because it's not that sound. But as a musician, as an artist, you have to keep evolving, and I feel like this is almost a rebellion from all of that. Even the artwork is a rebellion. Like, you look at the first two Bon Iver albums, they're very pretty, very much fitting with the mood of those records. But this is such a stark contrast to all of that. This is like a clean cut. This is going cold turkey from that old sound. And I think it's just a logical progression as an artist. Like, if you're gonna continue to grow, you have to go these different routes and you're gonna lose some fans. And I think he, at this point, was prepared for that. Once you kind of dive in and get in there, let that initial abrasiveness kind of wash over you and just really listen to the music, I think there's a lot to enjoy here. I will say that it's very interesting because I didn't really like it when I listened to side one. Flipped it over to side two, and all of a sudden it felt a lot more familiar. And as the record progressed towards the end, sort of my prejudice I was holding against this album started to just drift away, and it just opened up into these really beautiful melodies and experimentation and just sort of a glitched beauty about this record that I actually ended up really enjoying. And by the end, I had to go flip the record over to listen to side one again because something had changed, something clicked, and suddenly I felt I really got what was going on here. The types of songs that are on side two, there's a lot more natural instrumentation and less of that electronic sort of glitchy sampling going on. The auto-tune style sort of digital manipulation of his voice is sort of toned down. And there's even, I think it's the second to last song on here, you actually hear him sing without that falsetto. He's singing more in his natural register, which was so interesting. I guess the biggest takeaway is that he's been in this chrysalis, right? I mean, it's been 5 years since the last Bon Iver album, and he's been in this little chrysalis trying to figure everything out, and now he's come out, and it's at the heart it's the same, but now there's these wings, and I feel like as an artist, now he can explore all these different avenues. He finally cut the cord of that old thing of trying to feel like he has to keep reproducing that Bon Iver sound, and now he can go off and do whatever he wants. And so now I'm really excited to see what the next album will bring, because I think now that he's rebelled this far in this direction, he can kind of come back and do whatever he wants. So that's what's really exciting. But suffice it to say, I did enjoy this album. I ended up liking it way more than I thought I would. However, I still do not enjoy the cover art. From the thumbnail, I just thought it was atrocious. Seeing it up close as a record, it's a little less abrasive, but I still really don't enjoy it that much. It's cool, but it feels so wrong on so many levels in terms of design. Like, I just don't know what's going on here. This is a booklet, by the way, I'll show you in a second. And then here you have just these colors that do not go together. It irks me so much. I find that actually really interesting. My visceral reaction to not enjoying the design or layout. Sometimes it's capitalized, sometimes it's not. I do like the silver printing that's going on here and there. I actually find it really interesting that there's printing inside the spine as well as outside. On the back here, I really don't understand how to interpret most of this stuff. One thing I think is kind of cool, the barcode actually wraps around, which I don't recall another record that really did that. And this is one album where I don't mind the barcode. It almost feels fitting. So it also came with a booklet. Here's the track names, I guess. 22, 10, 7, 15, 33, 29. I don't understand. I really don't understand how to say these track names. So you guys gotta bear with me. So this is my favorite track right here. I'm gonna circle it so you guys can look it up. It looks like 3 circles, 2 little ones and 1 big one. And then it came in a blank purple inner sleeve. This album really surprised me. I'm glad I picked it up. It is very interesting. I am gonna listen to this a couple more times. I really expected to say that the critics are wrong, and I gotta agree with them. This is really good. Is it the best album of 2016? I don't think so. I kind of really liked the new Radiohead that came out this year. There's a lot of great albums, but it's definitely up there, and it's quite a surprise to hear this from a band like Bon Iver, because you would normally expect a band like that to just continue doing what they've been doing, but it's exciting to hear an artist like this surprise you in that sense. And it's really cool to see someone like Justin Vernon really take a chance and go in a different direction. Yeah, I hope this does well. Like I said, I'm actually really looking forward to hearing the next album, because I think now that he has this out of his system, that one's just gonna be really exciting. Well guys, that is all the time I have for you. I want to thank you so much for watching. Be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of the album. Until then, I'm your Vinyl Geek, and I'll catch you on the flip side.